Hi guys, this is Augustine from NerdyBerry. Today what I wanted to do was show you guys some of the work that we do with our images. I wanted to show you the process behind the image that we're using on our Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I'll have a link down below if you wanted to check them out. You should. It's really cool stuff. The image itself is pretty awesome. We used a technique called multiple exposure. So yeah, let me pull up my screen and yeah, check it out. So here we are in Photoshop. And this is the image that I was talking about. This is the one we're using on our social media platforms. I think it's pretty cool. It's two images that are blended together quite nicely, and it's different from what the original images were like. They really weren't that exciting. I'll show them to you real quick here. So this is the first image that I took. It's just a picture of my keyboard. For some reason, it was something that kind of made sense, but it didn't really work out that well. And then I took the berries because, well, our brand is called NerdyBerry. But and you know what? On its own, it's a nice image, but I really wanted something better. So what we did was we put them together. And I'm kind of glad that I came up with that. I got the idea from some of the multiple exposures that I used to do from my other photography stuff. So we did this one in Photoshop, of course, but you can actually do this in your camera. Maybe I'll cover that in another video. But the technique is pretty easy. And for those of you that are curious, I just wanted to show you guys. So what I started with was this image, and all you really have to do is just kind of drag the image into Photoshop, or you can open it using File Open. But I find it easier just to drag it in, and I already did that just now. So once you've dragged it in, then you should go and check if there's nothing weird in the background, kind of clean up some stuff if there's anything kind of funny. I could have cleaned up this stem quite easily, but I don't want to go over that right now. So yeah, what you do after that is you take your second image and you drag that into Photoshop, and it'll just ask you where you want to place it. Just kind of place it there, and you can kind of shift it around, place it in a better location. What I did just there was Command T. It allows you to transform the image that you selected, or the layer that you selected. And I'm just going to make it a bit bigger for. There we go. Okay, and for this type of an edit, the most important thing you do is just change the layer style, and from normal we go into overlay, and you'll get something kind of weird like this. I'll actually just kind of adjust that. Okay. From here you might want to get a crop done, so I'm just going to the crop tool. Crop tool is C on your keyboard, and I'll just adjust the crop real quick. Maybe about there, and there we go. I'm just gonna take that a little bit further, and the last thing that I did to the image was add a layer mask, and I'll just take a brush real quick on the layer mask. So make sure you've selected the layer mask that you just did. I like to use the quick mask tool just because it's quick. Yeah, you just kind of click here, and while you're on your layer, and it kind of just brings it up. Once you're in here, then all you've got to do is just kind of paint over the areas that you want to take out, because it's kind of too much in like this area here, and we have way too much like noise going on. So all you gotta do is just kind of take your brush and go over it real quick. I'm using a pretty low flow and opacity here, just so you can kind of clean it up a little bit more. And you want to kind of just blend it a little smoother than what you would do with a hard brush. So, and what's nice with the layer mask is that if you screw up, you can actually like pretty quickly undo it. And I'll show you how to do that here real quick, because I accidentally did a little bit too much into that bottom area. Let's get some more of this berry going on there. So if you screw up, and I was painting with a black brush, then all I have to do is switch to the white brush, and if you have the default black and pure white, all I have to do is push X and you can kind of switch them. And I might just bring some of the keyboard back into here. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Kind of just play with it until it looks good. Yeah, I think that's good enough. All right, and yeah, believe it or not, that's all it is. So that's how you do a quick little multiple exposure. Maybe next time I'll show you how to do it in camera, like we used to do in the film ages. But yeah, so for now, like, subscribe, and yeah, comment if you like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little different than what I ended up with initially, but yeah, I mean, it's all up to interpretation, right? So, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.